Yeah, I've had discussions with women who are coming out of an abusive situation and have no idea what to do next, right? And then,
Yep.
like you said, to your point, I've seen good institutions, organizations helping women coming out of sexual abuse or whatnot out of that situation, but they're working in silos. There's one that's catering only to South Asian community. There's one that's catering to only any other kind of community. And I often wonder if there can be a platform when all of these resources could be included and could have a big grand meeting where everybody kind of, starts sharing resources, because it's easier to do it that way, I feel. And it's more productive to do it that way. Anyways, this is getting, I'm getting sidetracked because I have lots of thoughts, but I'm going to go to Leena and see if she has any questions.
For sure. And this is the beauty of, bringing some great minds together and also passions. So many great threads. I'm like, Sameera, we got some ideas for some other shows here. I'm thinking, Wendy, about the DEI online education project, if you want to talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, I'd want to make sure we hear about the WWIN project with the Mississaugas of the First Credit Nation. So definitely want to leave some time that we can check in around that.
Sure. So very quickly, we used to have a process, or at one point, where any charity who would apply to us would say, check a box and say, yes, I follow the Human Rights Code. So that's a pretty, very broad statement. It doesn't really get you into issues of anti-racism or reconciliation or equity discussions. It's just, a check and away you go. So what we decided was, we are sending, our grants out into the community, and we don't know how they're being interfaced with equity deserving groups and others. So we wanted to make sure, as a first step, the charitable sector is not necessarily as well resourced as many others. So we wanted to make sure that there was some basic education, and we were approached by an online education provider called Enable Education, based in Milton Strong. There you go. Yeah, who said, we want to do something, that we want to give back. We really want to get engaged. And so we created this online education program, which features our elder, our board chair, who's a racialized woman, who is now the general counsel for Laurentian Bank. Yay! And it features the lovely and talented Sharma Seth, who's my DEI consultant, and a woman who is the head of Community Foundations of Canada and a leader on the Gender Equality Fund, talking about gender diversity. And so it's about a 45-minute program with some different examples and little test questions that people can take. And it's out in the community now, and there's about, I would say, over 100 different people have taken the course. We only launched it a few weeks ago formally, so it's getting a lot of uptake. But we're not making it mandatory right now. We might in the future. We're going to use the carrot first, and we really want to see what type of uptake. WWIN is a project between ourselves and the Mississaugas of the Credit. We have an elder who's been our cultural advisor to us since 2020. And it really started around conversations of, there's no markings on this land or recognition on this land of the treaties or the Indigenous heritage or what they mean. And, it's also, there's a view that the Indigenous have of treaties, and there's a colonial view. And so this is a project where we are trying to make sure that we have a chance to bring that to the attention of the local community.